this story, this true story, needs to be told. It needs to be told because something like this can happen at any moment, you know? Like, one minute you think your life is perfectly fine and safe, and the next it turns on its head and you're hanging on the edge of a cliff an inch away from death. The strange thing is, people seem to think that light can save them, as if you can only be attacked at night. Truth is, horror doesn't pick its time. Horror doesn't just happen at night, in the dark. Horror can happen at any moment. This nightmare has seared my memory. I see that face every time I close my eyes, every time I look out the window and see daylight. And I know it sounds stupid, but now I feel safer at night. I remember that split second that changed my life. I was walking home from Asda with my shopping. I remember thinking, like, constantly, this whistle will blow and it'll be over, you know? One of my friends pulling off the mask and laughing, but I wasn't gonna risk it. I would rather risk being mocked than keeping my pride. Pride was the difference between life and death, and it was so close. I'd been running and hiding for ages, and this is when it hit me. This wasn't a joke. This was actually happening. I was the victim you read in the newspaper and think, I'm glad, you know. I'm so glad that didn't happen to me. Fact is, it was. It was happening to me. Everything at that moment was really happening, and it was real. Everything went fuzzy. He was standing over me. The surroundings disappeared and everything went black. It was over. I can't begin to explain the horror, the feelings, the emotions I was experiencing. The pain of the torture, the iron, the knife that was cutting the air, pierced that special barrier of the skin, revealing the blood. My blood. My blood. Every single moment he would make me feel like I was an inch away from death. He would stop. I was contradicting myself. I really didn't want to die, but I wanted the pain to stop. I wanted him to kill me so that the pain would stop, so that I didn't have to see that face ever again. I shot myself in the foot. I see that face every single day and every single night.
Please let me go. Please. No!
I was so close to escaping. That door was the door to my freedom. The adrenaline was taking over my common sense, and I was screaming for help, and by doing so, I was showing him where I was, showing him that I was escaping. I gave myself away. It was the weirdest thing. He kept saying, sorry. I'm so sorry. It was Felix, it was Felix. It was Felix. You know, it was a complete spontaneous switch of emotions. 1 second he wanted to kill me, and the next he was regretful. And I could see it in his eyes. He was sorry. He told me to escape. I mean, we all go a little mad sometimes, but this was different. It was like the mask had a hold on him, like it changed him. There is no doubt that it was the most horrific moment of my life, and it has scarred my future. But people need to know that you're never safe. Something like this can happen out of nowhere, and you have to be ready. Carry protection, lock your doors, maintain security, because you never know how close you really are to danger and how close you are from the end of your life.